This is a quick review of the Sunjo 15 amp chipper and shredder model CJ602E in red. However, if you like to color coordinate your lawn tools, no worries. It's also available in the traditional Sunjo green and even gray. As always, please see the information section below to jump to a specific point in the video. Here are the top 5 things I like about this tool.
Oh yeah.
Number 1. With a reduction ratio of 17:1, the tool does a good job reducing whatever gets stuffed into the hopper, whether it's limbs, twigs, or even what I'd call a weed salad. At 15 amps, the 26-pound Red Devil chips and shreds everything into a not too chunky, spreadable mulch. You can see some twigs and leaves make it through, but the end result is definitely going to break down faster than anything I could do with a pair of loppers. I shredded rugosa roses, which are beach roses, invasive bittersweet vines. I chipped limbs from lilac, hydrangea, rose of Sharon, and even tulip trees. It's best to let the fleshy stuff sit for a few days, although it's not necessary if you have dry branches on hand. And you'll want to alternate between fleshy limbs and dry branches to keep the blades clean. Unfortunately for my demo, there were no maple or oak trees around. I'd like to have tried those with leaves on them, but unfortunately there were none on hand. And I'd avoid pine branches since it's likely it'll gum up the blades. Number 2. Maintenance is simple enough, just clean things off inside and out. The blades are reversible, which is great, and replacement blades are available from Sunjo and other retailers. The tool that removes the bolts to change the blades is also included. Number 3. The tool comes with Sunjo's standard 2-year warranty, but you can get an additional 90 days if you register it online at snowjo.com. Snowjo does take the warranty seriously, and I know this because my Snowjo shovel broke last winter, and they had me a new one in just a few days. Because they stand by their products, I also invested in an additional 2-year warranty for this product. I think it was like a modest $20. It's worth it though. There's a lot of plastic on this thing, kind of feels like a toy. 4. Assembly is easy and the instructions are clear, which I always appreciate. You attach the axle, the wheels, you screw in the stand, and it's ready to go. You'll be ready to chip in less than 10 minutes. Number 5. For what it does, I think this tool's a good value, especially when it's on sale. I ordered it from Amazon. It was on sale for roughly $118, and then I had it shipped to the beautiful state of Maine. We're actually here on vacation at the moment, but since I don't know how to relax, I figured I'd do a review.
Come on, Dad.
Now for the top 5 things I'm not so crazy about.
Oh no.
Number 1. Chipping and shredding with this thing is a slow, painful process. Because the opening of the hopper is so small and narrow, I did hours of prep work. I trimmed down funky branches, I even organized the trimming, but part of that was for purposes of this video. But it took me 5 to 6 hours to break down all these piles. Awkward limbs get stuck in the hopper or jam up the blades, so just because something fits into the hopper doesn't mean that the chipper can actually handle it. The specifications say the cutting diameter is roughly 1.5 inches, but really depends on the density of the wood, the moisture content, amount of foliage on it. And there were times this thing was working pretty hard with branches that were only 1.25 inches. Number 2. So when something gets clogged, unclogging this bugger is a time suck. The hopper's locking bolt is so long it takes, 40 or more turns to open and close it. Not sure why they didn't make access a little easier. I think a latch would have been a better option than a bolt with a lot of threads. But impressively, I only experienced one clog, and that was at the end of the day. I was pretty tired at that point. I got a little greedy. I was stuffing all kinds of stuff in there just to see what would happen. Once I got it open, though, the jam was actually easy to clear. And while I had it open, I figured I'd use the blower to clear out the sawdust. Number 3. Rated at 15 amps, this thing uses a lot of electricity. It's intended for residential use, so light duty, but I can only imagine the impact running this thing at full throttle for 6 hours is going to have on the electric bill. Gas power tools may require maintenance, but they also get the job done faster and probably cheaper. Time is money. 4. So similar to a gas power chipper, this thing is loud. Not as loud as a gas power chipper, but it's still loud, especially when tackling thick branches. Definitely wear hearing protection and safety glasses. Check this out. Number 5. And lastly, the paddle works well for pushing debris into the blades, but the tether's dangerous in my opinion. I'll likely end up removing the strap. There were a few times the strap got wrapped around limbs and it could have pulled the paddle into the hopper. Not sure what that would have looked like, but probably wouldn't be pretty. And the side clip for holding the paddle, it's useless. A few other things I'd like to point out. Be sure to use the appropriate gauge extension cord to avoid overheating the motor. Remember, this thing uses a lot of juice. Only plug into a GFCI outlet and don't use the tool in wet conditions. Electricity and water make for a deadly combination. When it comes to reducing these small fleshy stuff like rhododendron clippings, just use the lawnmower, it's easier. And for thick branches, reach for the Sawzall, turn it into firewood. To wrap up, for light duty residential work, I like this tool. While the prep work and feeding the hopper is not only exhausting but time consuming, the results far surpass any reduction I could do with a pair of loppers, so it's a keeper in my opinion. And then once I was done, I spread it all out so that it'll eventually break down and return all the nutrients back to the gardens. Let's have a look. Nice. Now that I'm done with this video, I can get back to our family vacation, perhaps taking a beautiful sunset. Or not. If this video has been helpful, please do me a favor and like it. More importantly, please subscribe. That always helps me out. Thanks so much for watching.